Starting off with the first step to a flawless face bit, which is foundation. And as always, I mix 2 shades of foundation to get my skin color. And to blend this, I'll be using a damp beauty sponge. If you want a lightweight foundation coverage, use a damp sponge to blend, I recommend, because it helps prevent the beauty blender from absorbing too much of your product, and it'll give you a more natural skin-like finish if that is what you want to go for. You can see how it's blending into my skin seamlessly. This is a beautiful finish you definitely want, trust me. Next up is concealer. Your concealer should be a shade lighter than your foundation, and apply a friendly amount of this on the inner corner of your eye and in any other area like your forehead, bridge of your nose, your chin, below your cheekbones, anywhere. Then take your time to pat this into your skin and then blend from the inner corner to the outer corner of your under eye if you want to go for a lifted look. So blend, 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 keep blending. Do the same thing for the other side. Pat, 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 pat into the skin. Now I'm just blending out the other areas I applied my concealer, and don't forget you're blending by patting it into your skin. Tap, 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 pat, 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 pat. For a defined look, don't forget to contour. Very, very important. But because we're going for an Asian girly look today, we'll be going for a very subtle contour. Although today's look will be giving pop star or rock star kind of vibe. Yeah. Then just blend all the right places. Your nose, your temples, cheekbones, forehead, chin, jawline, all of that. So now I'm just going to be blending all that in, and then I'll be blending from my cheekbone straight up to my temples just to get that lifted look. For the nose, I'll be following the line, blending it to create that defined pointed nose shape that we want. Next up is face powder. I'll be applying this all over my face. I want a dewy finish, so I won't be mattifying my face with too much pressed powder. Moving on to a very important step, setting powder. Make sure your loose powder is pressed into your skin smoothly, especially your under eye, to avoid the under eye creasing. Honestly, you don't want that. You don't want your under eye to be looking cakey or have lines all over. You do not want that. Now on to the next step, powder contour. Yes, apply your powder contour in all the places you applied your liquid contour. Pat, pat, pat. Blend, blend, blend. Spread out, spread out, spread out. Right now, I'm just contouring the tip of my nose to make it pointed. Hopefully, this turns out pretty. Now, this is a full-time job, all for a pointed nose. If this doesn't come out well, then there's going to be a problem. Time to blend out the cheekbones, contour it. So for the second layer of my setting powder, I bake. I apply that and leave it to sit into the skin rather than press it into the skin like the first layer. Okay, we're moving very fast. It's time for brows. Now, this is me trying to draw a Korean brow. Not sure I know what I was doing here, honestly, or how to explain what I was doing. But rather than drawing to get a defined brow, I was trying to fill my brows while trying to create a straight, not so curvy, subtle brows, just to get that very natural light brows. This is so hard to explain, but yeah, just watch me do my thing as always. On to the next brow, doing the same thing, just going to finish up with the brows. And then we're moving straight to the eyeshadow base, and I'll be using my concealer as the base. Then I'm going to be using this small flat brush to blend that all over my eyes gently and smoothly so my eyeshadow doesn't crease. For the first eyeshadow shade, I'll be using this soft pink, and I'm just going to be blending that lightly, and I'll be using a fluffy brush to apply this around the edges just to avoid having harsh lines. The pink is pretty, but I wanted like a baby pink color, so I added a little bit of white to get that shade. Next, I'm adding a light purple shade below the pink, and I'll be blending that into the pink eyeshadow to create a transition between the purple and the pink. For the eyelid, I'll be applying this sky blue. Is it sky blue or deep blue? At this point, I think I'm colorblind. Anyways, I'll be tapping that gently over the eyelid using a flat brush to apply. I think this eyeshadow is a 2-in-1 shade. It's a deep blue that turns out to be sky blue when it's applied. If that makes any sense. Next, I'm using this darker purple shade or pink shade. Honestly, I'm not sure what's wrong with my eyes, but then we move. I'm using this shade to blend out the edges around the blue. And for the inner corner, I'm using this light blue eyeshadow shimmer to brighten up the eyes. Apply blush lightly on your cheekbone just above your contour while creating a transition between the contour and the blush. Now I'm just going to finish up with the eyes. And in the process of working, Nigeria will happen to you. Lights out. This happens to me almost every time. But we move, we don't stop working, we keep working. So enjoy, guys.
Where am I going now just for...
And there, guys, you have your soon-to-be K-pop idol. So this is the final look, guys. Let me know what you think in the comment section. Don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe. Bye, guys.
I need to slow this down, it's burning from beneath. Come